had to take one more minute. I don't want these people to think that I overlooked them, but there are several more people that really need to be introduced and acknowledged for the success of this show. One, of course, is Lynn Floyd, who is our musical director. She not only directs the pit band, and pit band also, wonderful job tonight, and everyone, we love you all very much. But she also does all the vocal work with the students, and that's on her own time, and you know, whenever she can fit them in during the day. So we really, it's a lot of work for her. We appreciate that. And we have George Dowker, who you may have seen as the professor, and you may see him again later. But he is an adjunct professor here and teaches many of the theater classes that the students take. And he and I work collaboratively together, and I always tease him about putting his money where his mouth is. So tonight we got him to take this fabulous part in the show. But what he really does is he designs and builds and makes all the technical stuff happen, all the magic on the stage happen. It's easy to have an idea, but when that idea has to become a reality, it takes somebody like George to make that happen. And I just love him to death, and he knows that. So you will see some things happen in the second act that you won't believe are happening, but they are, and he made them happen. So I have to thank him. And lastly, we have a father of our choreographer who is sitting in the audience, Peter Powers. It's one thing to be here as a student or as a teacher or professor or whatever on all your weekends and all your evenings, but when you have a father of a graduated student who comes back year after year after year after year and builds, he's a master carpenter. He helps George with George designs, and then he and George build together, but Peter gives up a lot of his time for us, and we thank him from the bottom of our hearts. And also, lastly but not least, our Munchkin parents who are in that back room for hours and hours with those children, entertaining them until they can come back out for their bows at the end of the show. So thank you all, and thank you Mitchell community, teachers, staff, faculty, everybody that's here. We thank you for all your help, your love, your support, and keep supporting the arts here at Mitchell College. Thank you.
The notice?
What notice?
On the door, as plain as the nose on my face. Oh, that's awkward. Hold on 1 second.
Bell out of order. Please knock.
Well, that's more like it. Now state your business.
We want to see the wizard.
Oh, the wizard. Well, no one's seen Oz. Even I haven't seen him.
Well then, how do you know there is one?
Because, well, if there was a wizard, why would you be here?
Oh, but please, sir. We have to see the wizard. The good witch of the north sent me.
Prove it.
She's wearing the ruby slippers she gave to Dorothy.
Oh, she is. Well, bust my buttons. That's a horse of a different color.
Wait, what? Who's the color of the horse? Oh, why, he wasn't back there.
He's coming out.
Oh, he'd be on that side, he'd be on that side.
Welcome to the Emerald City. Have we come far?
Oh, just the longest of ways.
Believe me. You have any idea how great this place truly is?
I tried to imagine it, but I didn't get a brain.
You said I'd fall in love with it if I only had a heart.
What's the one place where to be, Kurt? 'Cause ain't nothing to be scared of, yeah? Is there?
There's a garden spot, I'm told, where it's never too hot and it's never too cold.
You're never too young, you're never too old, or you're never too thin or tall.
That you never do anything at all.
All true. Oh, we're not too mad and we're not too sane, and we don't compare and we don't complain. All we do is just sit tight, 'cause it's so dark and bright.
If I were king of the forest, not queen, not duke, not prince, my regal rose of the forest would be satin and not cotton, not cheese. I command each thing, be it fish or fowl, with wrath and wrath and a royal wrath. And as I click my heels, all the trees would kneel, and the mountains bow, and the bulls kowtow, and the sparrow would take wing. If I were a king, each rabbit would show respect to me, the chipmunks genuflect to me, though my tail would lash as a sure compass for every underling. If I were king, just king.
Monarch of lion survey.
Oh, shucks.
Your Majesty, if you were king, you wouldn't be afraid of anything?
Why, not nobody, not no. Ha!
Not even a rhinoceros?
Impossible.
What about hippopotamus?
The why I thrash him from top to bottom.
Well, supposing you meant an elephant.
Why I wrap him up in shirt.
What about a brontosaurus?
Oh, I'd show him who was king of horse.
How?
Courage. What makes a king not a slave? Courage. What makes a flag on the mast to wave? Courage. What makes the elephant charge his tusk in the misty mist or the dusky dust? And what makes that muskrat guard his musk? Courage. And what made the Sphinx the seventh wonder? Courage. And what made the dawn come up like thunder? Courage. And what makes the Hottentot so hot? And what puts the Yip in apricot? And what have I got that I ain't got?
Courage!
You can say that again. Wait a minute.
For courage is the main of things.
With courage, I'd be king of kings.
And all year round, you'll be hailed and crowned by every living thing.
If I
never between us.
Whoa! What's the matter, Lion? The wizard's gonna give you some courage.
I've been too scared to ask him for it.
It's all right, Lion. We'll be scared together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What happened?
Someone pulled my tail.
Oh,
Yourself.
I'm such a butterpaw.
Grandma Oz approaches.
Ooh, tell me when it's over. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, I want to go!
I am Oz, the great and powerful. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
If you please, I am Dorothy, the small and meek.
Silence! The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come. Step forward, Tin Man. So you dare to come ask me for a heart, do you, you clinking, clanging, clunking collection of colliginous junk?
Well, yes, Your Honor, yes, sir. Yeah, well, you see, a while ago we were walking along the yellow brick
Oh,
road.
quiet!
Oh, sorry!
And you, Scarecrow, you have the effrontery to ask me for a heart, you billowing bale of bovine fodder?
yes, Your Honor. I mean, Your Excellency. I mean, your wizard.
Oh, no! And you, lion, well,
What did you do?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, scaring him like that when he came to you for help.
silence, whippersnapper. The great and powerful Oz intends to fulfill your request.
What did he say?
Are you all right?
Just a little deaf. What did he say?
He says he's going to help us after all.
Oh, he is. Oh.
But first, you must prove yourselves worthy by performing one small task.
A small task? Is that all?
Well, you name it, and it is half done.
Bring me the broomstick of the Witch of the West.
Whoa, but if we do that, we'll have to kill her to get it.
I said, bring me her broomstick, now go!
But what if she kills us twice?
I said, go!
I wish to give this crazy scheme. I should never let you see the great powerful Oz.
Winkies?
They were once people like us, but then the Wicked Witch made them their slaves. I hope this will happen to you.
So do I.
Go west, where the sun sets.
Is that where we'll find the Wicked Witch?
Dorothy, when you land the Wicked Witch, she will find you. Good luck.
Sometimes it's good to have a brain. I haven't the wit to be scared.
And I with the heart to fail.
And I haven't said goodbye to the wizard yet.
Look, Lion, how can you desert Dorothy now?
Oh, by staying here, that's how.
Shame on you. You're more of a coward than I thought.
That's easy for you to say. You're made of straw and pipsqueak over there. I'm only made of weak flesh.
Very weak.
It's not flabby.
Don't touch my fat.
It's okay, Lion. You can stay here if you like.
Oh, I do. Oh, I do. But if it helps, oh, come on.
That's more like it.
Stout fellow.
Ready to go, Dorothy?
Best foot forward.
Oh, decision.
Come on, Lion.
Oh, I'm coming. The Scarecrow's not the only one who needs brains.
Yeah.
That was rude. So rude, Lion.
Help you with your courage. Come on.
You're nothing but a kitten, you know that?
Stop being a kitten.
I hate her. I hate her not. I hate her. I hate her not. I hate her. Now I understand why those poppies failed me. They'd ordained that I should have delivered that mellifluous little baggage into my territory. But how to bring her here before me? Winkies, come forth! Enough! Silence! Quiet! Ooh. Why do you always sing that lonesome dirge?
Well, since you put your foot through our drum, how else can we keep in step?
Well, what does it mean anyway?
You mean yo-hee-ho, yo-ho, yo-hee-ho,
The next time I enslave a whole nation, I must remember to check out their intelligence first. Nico, where's the commander of my aerobatic monkeys? There you are, my simian minions. I have an important task for you. My enemies are about to enter the haunted forest, and I want you to rouse up your men and snatch that sickening little girl and her equally nauseating little dog. Exhausted? What do you mean you're exhausted? All right. I'll conjure up a spell that takes the fight out of her. Now, which one of my creepy crawly creations shall I send to They will never stop dancing till they drop. And when they do, I want you to scoop up that little brat and that little brute and bring them both to me. Now go! Do my bidding! Fly! 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 Soon those darling slippers will grace my dainty feet. Ooh. I wonder if the wikis do shoe repair. Ooh.
Does anyone know where any of us are?
We passed a notice a while back.
You the one that said, "Welcome to the haunted forest"?
No, no, no. The one that said, "Got this far, you're lost." Here's another notice.
Certainly hope this one says something a little more reassuring.
I'd turn back if I were you.
But I did.
No.
Fine, fine.
I believe there's spooks around here.
Spooks? That's ridiculous. Only a fool will believe in a spook.
But don't you believe in spooks?
No, only a fool. Are you
Timmy, you can't.
What was that?
Did you just hear what I just heard?
Voice don't sound like an ordinary bird.
It may just be a cricket or a critter in the trees.
The joints are ladies.
I can see a shadow when it's pushing on its voice.
I'm gonna breathe, but I think I'm on the worry.
Having got a heart, but I've got a palpitation.
It's Monica put a shadow like a
Are you
situation.
gonna stand around and let him fill us all with horror?
I fight the flying down. But I think I lost my aura.
It's a horses.
It's a horses.
What's a what's this?
It's a what's
Who's that?
Who's there?
Where?
That hiding in the treetops, that rascal, the jitterbug. You catch him, dancing round you. Keep away from the jitterbug. Oh, the bees and the breeze and the bats and the trees have a terrible, horrible buzz. The bees and the breeze and the bats and the trees couldn't do what the jitterbug does. So just be careful of that rascal. Keep away from the jitterbug. The jitterbug.
All the bees and the bees and the bats and the trees have a terrible, horrible buzz. But the bees and the bees and the bats and the trees can do what the jitterbug does. So let's be careful of that rascal. Keep away from the jitterbug. The jitterbug. The jitterbug. The jitterbug.
Oh, there it is again.
What is it? I don't know. You look weird.
Dance!
They're dancing. No.
It was a twist! You don't see anything like this before.
No. witch, no wicked witch, and gods and no gods, I'll tear them apart. Look, I may not come home alive, but I'm a come down swinging. No, no. But there's one thing I need you to do me.
What's that?
Pull me out of it!
Oh, no.
You want the noise, you gotta sing Dorothy.
Let's go, Butterballs.
Come on.
This way, my dear. I trust you had a pleasant flight. It's so kind of you to visit me in my loneliness. Give me the dog.
What are you gonna do with Toto?
Tonight we feast on devil dog. No! It's all right, my dear. Just my little joke. He'll be more revolting with an apple in his mouth. Put him in the basket.
Oh, where are you taking him? Why can't you just stay with me?
Because the raging, roaring rivers are somewhere off. Is he a water breed?
I don't think so.
Well, that will soon change, because that's where we're going to drop him if you don't hand me those slippers.
The
What's that? What's that?
That's the castle of the Wicked Witch.
Oh, Dorothy's in that terrible place.
Oh, I hate to think of her in there. We've got to get her out somehow.
No, why? We didn't bring the oil can with us. We're rusting enough as it is.
But they say it has over 1,000 rooms. How are we ever going to find out which one Dorothy's in?
That's Toto.
Really, it's Dorothy?
Yeah.
Toto.
Give him to me. Oh, you okay? But, do you think it's polite of us just dropping in like this?
Look out!
No! Who's that? Who's that?
I know how to get into the castle.
You hear that, Toto? He has a way of getting into the castle.
It might not work,
Might not like.
but it's got a chance.
You hear that? It's got a chance.
But the only thing is, it's very, very dangerous. What do you say?
I say, and Toto says. Does anyone have a better plan?
Let's hear the scarecrows.
Fine.
Okay, first, we gotta get a hold of 3 Winky unicorns. Fellas, stop poking me, Lion.
3 Wink uniforms. Where are we ever going to find 3 Winky uniforms?
Oh, fellas.
Stop. I don't know, but depends on it.
3 Winky uniforms.
Fellas!
I don't make me to look that
Can you
way.
just stop lying? Like,
Why?
Because you nincompoops, they're behind
where's the lion? Toto! Toto, I lost Toto!
Winkies! Winkies! Are we ready?
Sure.
All right, to the Witch's Castle.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly. The sand is almost out, and then the witch will come for me. Witch of the North, won't you help me? Won't anyone help me?
Dorothy, are you in there?
It's us, are you alright?
Yeah, yes, I'm fine, but the witch has locked me in.
Stand back while I break it open.
Oh, hurry, please hurry. The hourglass is almost empty.
1, 2, 3.
Dorothy, you're so.
Oh, Toto! Oh, I knew you all would come.
Hurry, we got no time to lose.
Yeah.
Well, we can't take her back the way we came.
Open the window.
The cliff is sheer.
Don't worry. You guys can hold on to my tail while I hold on to the cliff with my claws.
You're wonderful, all of you.
I hope my courage holds out.
We hope your
Tail
tail holds out.
out.
Come on, come on.
Why, we would think of it, wouldn't we, Winkies?
Oh, I think we overstayed our welcome.
be the first to go? Lion, girl, Tin Man. No. My broom has chosen Scarecrow. What's the matter, Scarecrow? Afraid of my little old flame?
Can't you see he's terrifying?
I'll get to you eventually, Miss Mouth. In the meantime, watch your friend go up in smoke. No, please! It's too late, Scarecrow. You're all burned up. What? I won't let you! No! Oh! You cursed brat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world! Oh, what if I leave a girl like you would destroy my evil wickedness? I know!
Killed her! You killed the wicked witch!
I didn't mean to. Really, I didn't. It's just she was gonna set him on fire.
Oh, hail Dorothy! The wicked witch is dead. You are now my queen. Hi, Tota.
And that's very nice, but I really have to get back to Kansas. The witch's broom. May we have it?
Please, take this with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now we can go back to the wizard and tell him the wicked witch is dead.
Oh, my goodness,
Step forward if you dare. Can I believe my eyes? Why have you returned?
If you please, we've done what you've asked. She broke the broomstick of the wicked witch of the west. We melted her.
Oh, you liquidated her, huh? Very resourceful.
Yes, sir. And we'd appreciate it if you keep your promises to us, if you please.
Not so fast, not so fast. I must give it some further consideration. Go away, come back tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But I want to go home now.
You've had enough time already.
Yeah.
Don't raise the wrath of the Wizard of Oz, the great and powerful. I said come back tomorrow.
If you were really great and powerful, you'd keep your promises.
You dare criticize the great and powerful Oz? Why, you ungrateful creatures! Be lucky I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. The great and powerful Oz has spoken! Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
The great Oz has spoken.
Who are you?
Oh, me? Oh,
I am the great and powerful
Oz.
You are?
Yeah,
I don't believe you.
it's true. I'm afraid there are no other wizards except me.
You humbug.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a humbug.
You're a horrible man is what you are.
Oh no, my dear. I'm a very good man. I'm just a very bad wizard.
Well, what about the heart you promised Tin Man?
Yeah. And Scarecrow's
to learn how to think, and when they come out, they think deep thoughts, and they have no more brains than you do. But they have one thing you haven't got, a diploma. Therefore, by the power vested in me, by the universitas commititatis Mitchellicius Collogius J. Steinmeier presiding, I confer upon you the honorary degree of Ph.D.
Ph.D.?
Yes, it's Doctor of Thinkology.
The sum of the square roots of any two sides from isosceles triangle is equal to the square roots of any side.
Oh, joy! Rapture! I've been afraid. How can I ever thank you?
Well, you can't.
What?
And you, my fine friend, you think that because you run away from danger, you lack courage. Yeah, you are confusing courage with wisdom. Why, back where I come from, we have people called heroes. And once a year, they take their courage out of mothballs and parade it right down Main Street. But they have one thing that you haven't got, a medal. Therefore, it is my honor, because of your extraordinary valor, your meritorious conduct, and your significant courage against wicked witches, to present you with the Triple Cross. You are now a member of the Legion of Courage.
Such folks, I'm speechless. Oh, congratulations, lady.
And as for you, my galvanized friend, you want a heart. Well, you'll never know how lucky you are not to have one. Hearts will never be practical until they can be made unbreakable.
I still want one?
Well, back where I come from, we have people who do nothing all day but good deeds. They are called good deed doers. And they have no bigger heart than you. But they have one thing you haven't got, a testimonial. Therefore, in consideration of your kindness, it is my pleasure to present to you this small appreciation of our gratitude. And remember, my sentimental friend, that a heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others.
Oh, I have a heart now! It ticks, can you hear it?
Read what my letter says.
Awarded for courage.
Oh, ain't it the truth?
What about Dorothy?
Dorothy.
Yes, what about Dorothy?
Dorothy.
Dorothy next.
I don't think there's anything in there for me.
Oh, well, you forced me to a cataclysmic decision. If Dorothy's to return to Kansas, I'm going to have to take her there myself.
You would? Really? But are you a clever enough wizard to manage it?
My dear child, you cut me to the quick. Why, I am an old Kansas man myself. Premier balloonist par extraordinaire to the Miracle Wonderland Carnival Company, until one day, while performing spectacular feats of stratospheric skill, the balloon failed to return to the fair.
It did.
It did.
Frightened, were you?
Oh, frightened. You are talking to a man who has left direction, and I and the balloon settled down in this noble city where I was immediately declared Oz First Wizard Deluxe. Yes, there were a few luxuries that came with the job, but I took it anyway, and retaining this balloon in the advent of a quick getaway. And the balloon is ready for flight, and in that conveyance, dear Dorothy, you and I shall return to the land of E pluribus unum. Step this way. Citizens of Oz, I, your wizard, par ada arm excellence, am about to embark on a hazardous and technically unexplainable journey to the outer stratosphere, where I shall confer, confess, and otherwise hobnob with my fellow wizards. And I hereby decree that until such time, if any, that I return, Scarecrow, by virtue of his superior intelligence, shall rule in my stead, assisted by the Tin Man by virtue of his magnificent heart, and Lion by virtue of his courage. Obey them as you would obey me. And now I think it's time for us to lift off. Climb aboard, Dorothy. Climb aboard.
Aboard, miss. The wind is in our favor.
Where's Toto? I can't leave without him.
I'll get him.
No, don't drop the road. Oh, this is highly irregular procedure.
No!
Absolutely unprecedented.
You can't leave now!
I'm afraid it's too late, Dorothy.
No!
I can't.
You can't!
I don't know how it
You have
works.
to come back! Please! Scarecrow. I'll never see Kansas again as long as I live. Never, never, never.
Never is a very, very long time, Dorothy.
Oh, please, will you help me? Can you help me?
You don't need to be helped any longer. You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
I have.
Why didn't you tell her before?
Because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn it for herself.
Well, what did you learn, Dorothy?
Yeah.
Well, I think that it isn't enough just to want to see Uncle Henry and Auntie Em, and that if I ever want to see my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard, because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with. Is that right?
That's all it is.
But that's so easy. I sure thought it for you.
I should have felt it in my heart.
Me too. If only I had the courage in my confusion.
No, she had to learn it for herself. Now those magic slippers will take you home in 2 seconds.
Toto too?
Toto too.
Oh, it's gonna be so hard to say goodbye. I love you all so much. Goodbye, Tin Man.
Please don't go.
Oh, don't cry. You'll rest so dreadfully. Here's your oil can. Goodbye.
Now I know I have a heart because it's breaking.
Bye, Lion. I know it sounds wrong, but I'm gonna miss the way you used to holler for help before you found your courage.
When you go, I think I'm gonna be doing a little more hollering.
Scarecrow, you were my first friend here, and I think I'll miss you most of all.
Having a brain will make parting any easier. Goodbye, Dorothy. I'll think of you always. And you too, Toto.
Are you ready now?
Oh, yes, please. Before I change my mind and stay forever.
Then close your eyes and tap your heels together 3 times and think to yourself over and over, there's no place like home. There's no place like home.
There's no place like home.
1,
There's no place like home.
2,
There's no place like home.
3. Goodbye, Dorothy.
Dorothy! Dorothy!
Little girl! Little girl! Oh, I hate to think of that kid out in the storm all night.
I think you better go down to notify the sheriff.
Look!
No. Dorothy! Dorothy! See Tom Hickory, tell him she's over here.
Oh, she's got a lump on her head the size of a goose egg, but the skin's not broken.
Toto? Oh, hello, Oz.
Oz? My first name is Chester.
You all right?
It was the midnight dawn when she left us.
But I did leave you, Uncle Henry. That's just the trouble, and I tried to get back for days and days.
Oh, it sounds like a bad dream to me.
It wasn't a dream.
Sure it wasn't. But hey, you remember me? Your old pal Z.
Lion.
I'm not a liar.
Could ya?
Oh, of course not, but where's Scarecrow?
Who the heck is Scarecrow?
How is she? She'll be fine.
You lost all your stuffing. Stuffing? Whatever happened to the field mouse you had in your stomach?
Field mouse?
Dorothy! Auntie Em! Oh, Dorothy! Oh, mercy. Thanks to you, Auntie Em. You called me back through the crystal ball.
Crystal ball? What? Honey, I call you back from anywhere. Oh,
No, you don't understand. This was a real and truly life place, and I remember some of it wasn't very nice, but most